The video that I'm making today is more of a celebration of something that is great to me than a review. I think just calling it a review would possibly minimize the impact that it has left on my life. And so I'm talking today in this video about the Burial of Kojo. Stay with me. Thank you so much for watching The Real Source with me, Tafadzwa. It's such a beautiful moment to do this review today, and I've been excited about doing this video for the last couple of weeks now. The Burial of Kojo is a movie that I came across quite accidentally on Twitter, in fact, when I was browsing through a list of people that I follow, and I came across a very interesting trailer, only to dig a little deeper and find out that this movie was directed by a Ghanaian creative, now making his directorial debut. I found out that this movie was going to be streaming on Netflix. Initially thought it was going to stream even in Africa on Netflix, but was disappointed to find out that it was going to stream in other regions. But all hope was not lost, because for us in Africa, it is streaming now on Vimeo. And when I watched the movie, I was incredibly moved by what I saw. A lot of people are talking about the use of color. A lot of people are talking about the music. All of that contributes, and it's great. The cast, all of it great, but it is the ensemble of all of these things in creating something that has depth and soul, and that for me has left such an indelible mark. I am still in awe of the moment where we are. I think you need to understand where we sit as an African continent. This is a continent about whom you hear all of the negatives, all of the things that have gone wrong, all of the things that we're not getting right. But it is things like this that convince me that there is hope. This is not empty hope. This is a hope that tells me that deep within our veins, the veins of our creativity, there is a voice that is yearning to come out and say something more. And for me, the Burial of Kojo encapsulates just a little bit of that journey, the beauty of it, the depth, all of it in a story about two brothers, a complex relationship between two brothers. And that story is told through the eyes of the daughter of one of those two brothers. And the resolution of it is just such a thing of beauty, such a thing of pain, but of beauty. And that is what I love about this movie. Now let's start with perhaps the simple things. What is this about? As I said, it is the story of two brothers. Well, a man's vengeful brother traps him in a mine shaft, and his daughter embarks on a journey to rescue him. So this movie is directed by Blitz who goes also by the name of Blitz The Ambassador. Also a really talented cast of young, fairly unknown, relatively unknown, and I say that from the point of view of the global film scene. Perhaps they are known in Ghana, where the movie is shot and produced, but certainly globally these are relatively unknown actors. But I can tell you what, they will not be unknown for much longer. A really talented cast. The title character, the doomed title character Kojo, is played by Joseph Otsiman. His brother Kwabena is played by Kobina Amisa Sam. Cynthia Dankwa as Essie, the young girl Essie. Ama K. Abebrese, who stars as the older Essie. Mamli Jangma plays the part of Ama, who is Essie's mother. Quite important to mention also is the fact that this movie is distributed by Ava DuVernay's company Array. Array, in fact, believed in the dream of this movie very early on and have played a big part in making it available in various parts of the world. When all is said and done, The Burial of Kojo is an incredibly complex movie. It is complex in that it challenges notions of what it means to be African. It challenges notions of what is real versus unreal, the spiritual, the natural. Is the spiritual more real than what we see with our natural eyes? It challenges notions of how stories about Africa need to be told. It is a powerful dramatization, albeit in magic realist terms and in a magic realist approach, of the African experience. Local people being mistreated by people from outside Africa. In one scene, two characters from the movie are told, take this money or leave it. They have no choice, and yet they have families to feed. These are very real things in Africa, and the movie does not skirt around them. Poverty. All of these things are extremely real, but they are dealt with and we are left to think about them. And so this is a movie that I highly recommend. It's a movie that I encourage you to watch. If you've watched it, I would love to hear from you what your impressions were of the movie. I certainly intend to watch it again and glean more, because I'm sure there are many more layers to be uncovered. But from me here on The Real Source, thanks so much for watching and take care.